Hello. In this video, I will show you how to use the Pocket Workflow application. Pocket Workflow is a digital document workflow tool designed primarily for the construction industry. It works perfectly for processes such as material approval form, requests for information, or change orders. Thanks to its flexible configuration, you can also create your own custom document workflows and use them in other industries as well. Let's start with logging in. If you don't have an account yet, click the Create Account button. After filling out a short form, you will receive an email with an activation link for your new account. Once you log in, you will see the My Projects screen. This is where all projects you have created or have been invited to will be displayed. The next step is inviting people to your organization. This is a very simple process that requires entering an email address and assigning a role. Click Menu, then Team, and select Add Member. There are two available roles, Administrator and Member. The Administrator creates projects and manages the company team. A member has access to the projects they are invited to. Please note that the role within an organization is different from the role within a project. We'll come back to that later. Once your company team is ready, let's create a new project. Click Add Project, enter a name, optionally add a description, and then click Save. By clicking the gear icon, you will open the project settings. This is where you can build your project team, which may include both members of your organization and external partners, such as designers or investors. Projects also have roles. A project admin manages project members and creates or edits workflows. A project member participates in the workflow process. In the project settings, you can also edit the project name, document templates, view all documents, upload a logo, or archive the project. Now let's create our first workflow. Open your project and click Add New Document Workflow at the bottom of the screen. Enter a name and click Create. The screen is divided into three main sections. The Stages Configuration section is where you define the approval phases of your documents. The Users section shows everyone invited to the project. The Settings section allows you to define categories, notification preferences, document templates, and document numbering formats according to your organization standards. Using a Door Acceptance Certificate as an example, let's create a simple workflow. Click the plus icon, enter a name, add a stage, and click the plus icon again. As you can see, we have created a basic approval process. Once the stages are defined, we can configure them. The first step is assigning the right people to the appropriate stages. This can be done easily by dragging users into the correct columns. Next, we can define how many people are required to approve a document at each stage. For example, all three users, 1 out of 3 or 2 out of 3, as well as the number of days allowed for verification. The application also allows for automatic approvals. When this option is enabled, the system will automatically approve a document on behalf of a user if the defined approval time is exceeded. This information is clearly visible in the document history. Another option allows file uploads during approval. By default, files cannot be added or removed once a document is sent for review. Enabling this option allows additional files to be attached at a given stage without the ability to remove existing ones. The report records a full history of changes, including who added which file and when. distinguishing between original and later attachments. You can also require comments when approving or declining a document at a specific stage. Let's move on to the settings section and define a few example categories. These may represent disciplines such as construction, architecture, or finishing works. We can also select which notifications we want to receive. Here, according to the legend, you can define your own document type and numbering format. Instructions are provided directly in the legend below. If at any point you want to edit your workflow, simply click the project name, then select the settings icon next to the workflow. From here, you can edit the name, manage stages and settings, change responsible users, duplicate the workflow, or adjust notifications. By default, all notifications are enabled. After configuring the workflow, the next step is working with documents. To add a new document, go to the Drafts tab and click Send New File. Enter a name and attach your file. You can upload multiple files at once in formats such as PDF, Word, Excel, and image files. Support for DWG files is currently in development. Optionally, you can add a description and select a category. The template option will be explained later in the video. After clicking Upload Document, the document moves to the next stage. You do not need to be assigned to any approval stage to upload documents. Any project member can submit files for review. As you can see, the document appears on the list with a number assigned according to the workflow configuration. When you open the document, you can see the users assigned to each workflow stage on the right side. Above the document, the approval path is displayed. At this stage, you can edit the document, delete it, add comments, or send it for review. Once sent, the document appears in the Assign to Me tab, because my email address is included in the first stage of the workflow. I can now open the document and choose to approve or decline it with an optional comment. After approval, the document disappears from Assign to Me and moves to In Review. Once all required users approve the document at a given stage, it moves to the next one. In my case, that is the Construction Supervision stage. You can always check who approved the document, when, and at which stage. Once the document passes all workflow stages, it appears in the Approved tab. Its status changes, and after opening it, you can see comments on the left and a detailed approval history on the right. The final step is generating an approval report. Click Download Document, then Generate New Report. You can decide whether comments should be included, merge attachments into a single file, and enable email notifications once the report is ready. Click Send. The report is now generated and ready to download. The material approval sheet includes all key information, attachments, comments, and a full approval summary. During report generation, I also chose to attach the reviewed document itself. So far, we've seen a successful approval path. Now let's see what happens when a document is declined. Assume the document has reached the construction supervision stage. As the responsible reviewer, I can decline it by clicking Decline. An email notification with my comment is sent to the person who submitted the document, as well as to the other reviewers at this stage. The document now appears in the Rejected section. After logging in, the author can open the document and see the rejection reason. In this case, the document is missing additional requirements for doors. To fix this, we create a new document version by clicking Create New Document Version. Attachments and comments are copied automatically. The document receives a new version number and appears in the Drafts tab, where it can be edited. I now add the missing certificate, confirm the changes, and send the document for review again. After completing all stages successfully, the updated material approval form can be generated and printed. Finally, I'd like to show you another way of submitting documents, using templates. Templates can be customized to match the material approval forms or any other documents used in your company. To create such a template, go back to the My Projects section, then click Project Settings and Edit Document Templates. You will see two tabs, System and My Templates. In the My Templates tab, you can start creating your own template. To do this, click Add New Template. Here, you can give your template a name and add new fields. You can choose from several field types: document number, text, numeric fields, single or multiple choice lists, and date fields. I will now add a few new fields to my template. At this stage, you can add additional fields, remove unnecessary ones, or change the order of fields in the form. Once you have named the template and added the appropriate fields, you can save it and later conveniently import it into your document workflow as a template form. To use the created template, go back to the My Project screen and then select the project where the template was created. In my case, this is Material Approval Form. In the Workflow settings, select Manage Stages and Settings. Then on the right side of the screen, click Document Templates. In the My Templates tab, you will find the template you just created. From this point on, the template has been added to your document workflow, and you will be able to use it when adding a new document. To create a document from a template, go to Drafts, click Send New File, enter a name, optionally add a description and category, then select a template. In this case, My Template. After selecting the template, a form appears. Once submitted, the approval process is exactly the same as before. The key difference is that in addition to attachments, the document also includes a structured form view with the entered data. All other elements remain unchanged. A useful feature worth mentioning is the Kanban view. Any project member can switch to Kanban mode using the icon in the bottom right corner. This view clearly shows which documents are at which workflow stages. Project administrators additionally have access to a detailed summary of all documents across all workflows. To view this overview, go to My Projects, open Project Settings, and select Document Summary. Here, administrators can see document statuses and track how many days each approval stage took. That's all for today. I hope this video helps you get started quickly with Pocket Workflow. You'll find all necessary contact information in the video description. Thank you for watching.